Hello and welcome to a numbers edition of Apple a Day. This episode continues my series on logical functions within Apple numbers. Today I'll be covering these two functions, ISERROR and IFERROR. ISERROR is pretty straightforward, but to be honest, it's not very useful. It will tell you if the specified expression produces an error or not. It'll return either true or false, true to indicate an error, and of course false for no error. Let me demonstrate. In this simple table, I have values set up to perform some basic division. In the quotient column, I'm going to divide the dividend value by the divisor value. I'll type in the equal sign to open the formula editor and select the dividend cell, then type the / to divide, and note that numbers converts this to the divide symbol. You can also type that symbol directly if you like using Option and /. Then I'll select the divisor cell and press return. And of course you can see the result. I'll just copy this cell to the rest of the column, and we get a couple of errors. If I click on the error triangle, it tells me that numbers can't be divided by 0. Using the ISERROR function, we'll determine ahead of time if there's an error. I'll double-click on this cell to edit the formula, and at the beginning, I'll type in ISERROR, then an opening bracket, and at the end of the formula, I'll type in a closing bracket. If I press return, it will display true, because there's an error. And as I said before, ISERROR will return true if there is indeed an error. Well, okay, so we know there's an error, but what if I want to do something because there's an error? Like for instance, display a dash or 0. Now one way to make this useful is to use the if function to test the ISERROR function. And I'll do that quickly before I show you a better way. So I'll type in the equal sign in the cell to bring up the editor. Then I'll type in if and return. And the first parameter, which is called the if expression, is what is tested in the if function. By the way, I do have a detailed tutorial on the if function, and you can find it right here. I've also included a link in the description. So in if expression, I'll type in the ISERROR function and press return, and then do the division. I'll select the dividend, then type in the / and select the divisor. I'll press Tab to go to the ISTrue parameter, and this is what's displayed if there's an error. So here I want to type in 0. Then press Tab to go to the ISFalse parameter. And this is what we want to display if there's no error. So basically the result of that division. So I need to re-enter the equation again. I'll select the dividend cell, / and the divisor cell. Now if I press return, it should display a 0 here instead of an error. And it does. So let's make sure this works for all the cells. I'll copy it and paste it, and it works great. But as you can probably see for yourselves, this was pretty cumbersome. We had to enter in the formula twice, once to test it and the other to display it. So after wasting your time to show you how not to detect errors, here's the proper way to do it, using the IFERROR function. So let me clear these out. I'll type in the equal sign to bring up the formula editor and enter IFERROR and press return. In the any expression parameter, I'll enter my dividing equation. I'll select the dividend cell, type / and select the divisor cell. Then press Tab to go to the IFERROR parameter. And this is what's displayed if the expression produces an error. So here I'll enter in a 0. And that's it. If the expression is valid, the result of that expression will be displayed. But if it has an error, the IFERROR value will be displayed. I'll press return and then copy and paste this formula into all of the cells in the column. And it works just like the if function, only much simpler. In the previous video, I mentioned that you could replace a check for ISNumber with ISERROR. Let's bring up that numbers document again. I'll go over this really quickly. I wanted to show 10% of the values in the sample data column, basically dividing it by 10. But if the sample data value wasn't a number, then an error was displayed. So we tested the cell first using ISNumber. I'll double click to show the formula. So you can see the if function checks if the cell is a number, and then if it is, it'll divide by 10, and if not, it'll display a dash. So you can see that in order for this to work, we have to reference the cell twice. Now let's try it using IFERROR. I'll type in the equal sign to bring up the editor, then type in IFERROR and return. In the first parameter, I'll enter in the equation, selecting the sample data cell, and then typing in the / to divide, and then the number 10. I'll press Tab to go to the IFERROR parameter, and here we want to display a dash. So you have to type in a shift quote for a double quote, then the hyphen, and then shift quote again to close the quotes. That's it. So if I press return, this displays a 0 because 10% of 0 is of course still 0. Let's copy this to the rest of the cells in the column. It looks like it worked great, but with a caveat. It put in the dashes where the value in the sample data column is either a text or a date. But for the checkboxes, which are Boolean values of true or false, it did the calculation, but with a warning. And if I click on that warning, it says that the formula uses a Boolean in place of a number. Now, in programming, Boolean values are either a 1 or a 0, on or off. 0 for false and 1 for true. So numbers will do this conversion for you. A checkbox that's off or unchecked is a 0, and a checkbox that's checked is a 1. However, the isNumber function catches this and does not assume that a checkbox is a number, and that's why when I did this formula using isNumber, it viewed the checkboxes as non-numeric, so it put in a dash. Without the isNumber check, it performed the calculation dividing either a 1 or a 0 by 10 and displaying the results of 0 or 0.1. If I undo the pasting in of the new formula, you'll see how it changes back to showing only the dash. Anyway, it's not necessarily wrong, but it is something to be aware of. So that's ISERROR and IFERROR, but you'll never use ISERROR. The only function you'll need out of these two is IFERROR. And if you say error a lot, it really starts to sound weird. Anyway, that's it for today. I'm John Martins. Please like and subscribe and comment, and thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next episode of Apple a Day.